Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 15 remarkable traits of Jamaicans. And the reason why I've decided to do this video is because recently I did a video that was titled Jamaicans, My Criticism. And even though that video got a decent amount of responses, there was a particular subscriber or viewer that asked me to name positive things about Jamaicans. Personally, I didn't think the video was naming negative things about Jamaicans. I just think the video was bearing what I call my truth. And I must put out there that I was disappointed with a lot of Jamaicans who watched the video and who came at my throat without actually reading the description of the video. I always say on my channel that I've learned a long time ago that Jamaicans don't read, and if you want to hide a secret from Jamaicans and you don't want them to find out, put it in a book. That's what I was told, and over the years I have led to believe that that is so true, because on that particular video in the description section I actually said this video is of my personal feedback towards Jamaicans and their culture after analyzing common behavioral traits, attitude, goals and beliefs reflecting in some social media commentary. The video also had a disclaimer section, people, where I actually said my opinions of Jamaicans are merely mine and does not constitute as everyone's truth, nor does it point to everyone who hails from the land of wood and water or holds citizenship thereof. So you can see where I was disappointed in the few people that says, well, it's not so and it's not so. And you know, those conclusions could have been omitted if those viewers had just taken the time out to read. So I'm asking you guys for this video that I'm posting now and for all my future video, before y'all, I like challenges, but before y'all challenge my videos, in my opinion, just read the description, because there just might be something in the description that defends what I'm saying or clarify what I'm saying in writing that I didn't so much put out there verbally. Another thing about that video that I posted that's titled Jamaicans, My Criticism, is the thumbnail. If some people had actually seen the thumbnail, I mean, I understand that you guys only saw the thumbnail, and if you're looking at a mobile phone, it's very small, so you can't really see everything that's written on the thumbnail. But actually, that thumbnail, in my opinion, also had some positive that was reflecting on Jamaican people. If you guys didn't get a chance to look at the thumbnail, now you can see that on the thumbnail I also had the word religious, musical, forgiving, generous, athletic, and ambitious, because that's what I think about my people. Like I'm saying, just in case you hadn't had a chance to see what was actually written properly in the thumbnail, now you see. But all that aside, I'm going to take this time out for the misunderstanding that was established between me and some of my viewers, and I'm going to name 15 positive things about Jamaicans. But here's what I also want to highlight. There's a famous saying that says, when I am right, no one remembers, and when I am wrong, no one forgets. What that actually means, it's pretty much that the positives about Jamaicans or the positives around the world, no one really wants to talk about it. And the reason why nobody wants to talk about it is pretty much that it doesn't need fixing. It's already how it's supposed to be. So no one wants to discuss it. So people tend to find positive news boring. If you look at mainstream media, you'll realize that it's pretty much negativity that gives those viewings up and those stations ratings. I mean, nobody wants to hear about a good Samaritan that helps a whole lady to cross the street. People want to hear about who crashed, who died, who cheated on who threw away their baby, and so on and so forth. Nobody wants to hear the positivity about the world. So the good traits of Jamaicans, in my opinion, is already established. I understand that mainstream media kind of suppress it and only echoes negativity about Jamaicans or about anyone in the world. But for the sake of that one subscriber or viewer that asked me to make a difference and echo the positivity of Jamaicans, here it goes. I've created a list of 15. And again, these are just my 15. And I'm not saying this 15 is only the 15 positive traits, remarkable traits about Jamaicans. I've just came up with my 15. You could come up with an additional 15. You could even edit my 15. But these are my 15. So let's get into my 15. The first remarkable traits of Jamaicans I have to put out there is religious. Jamaicans are very religious. All Jamaicans were brought up God-fearing. It was instilled in us that there's a superior being, there's a spiritual host, and we must respect and be thankful, and all things that is done under the sun is being supervised and reviewed by this particular being. So Jamaicans are highly religious people. They're usually Christian, and some Jamaicans believe in Rastafarian, but the religion Rastafarian run in alignment with Christianity with a few differences, but Jamaicans are definitely 100% God-fearing and religious people. The second thing I have to say about Jamaicans, they are industrious and ambitious people. In other words, Jamaicans are not lazy. They are willing to work. I mean, most Jamaicans that are willing to work are ambitious to the point where they want to be their own boss. So entrepreneurship is big among Jamaicans, but Jamaicans are not lazy. They will work, and they'll work even double time harder if they're working for themselves. So let me know if you agree with that. Let me know if you disagree with that, because I've heard many people say Jamaicans are lazy, but in my view, in my opinion, Jamaicans are not lazy. They're industrious and they're ambitious people. Number 3, Jamaicans are sympathetic and kind. I have to give that to my people. Jamaican people are very sympathetic and they're kind. They will lend a listening ear if you have a sob story. If they buy into your stories, Jamaicans will extend that attitude of charity. They'll help you out in any way that they possibly can. And if they personally can't help you, they will take their time to go help you find someone who could actually help you. So big props to the culture of Jamaica, because it's the way we were brought up that makes us kind and sympathetic towards other people in need. Number 4, Jamaicans are creative people, you know, and I give the credit of creativity to poverty. You know, most Jamaicans were brought up poor, and poverty have kind of taught us how to be creative and make do with anything. So let's say, for example, if they want to put a house together, Jamaicans doesn't necessarily have to have every single required tool or every single required component. Jamaicans will find a way around it to make it happen. In other cases, you could say if Jamaicans were putting a meal together, they don't have to have every single ingredients that's so-called required for this particular meal. Jamaicans, we say we use our hand and make fashion. So that's what Jamaicans do. So we're very creative people, and I could go on and on and on and on things that we have been creative with. Number 5, Jamaicans are friendly people. I say Jamaicans are friendly people because we will spark up a conversation with any stranger who are willing to chat with us. We've never seen you before. If you're willing to have a conversation, we will chat with you. A simple nod could turn into a long, friendly conversation with Jamaicans. Jamaicans are not standoffish people. Quite the contrary, we are friendly people, and despite how some of our faces may look, if you initiate a conversation with us, you'll be surprised to see that we're actually soft in the middle. You know, we are friendly people and warm people. Number 6, Jamaicans are very entertaining people. Jamaicans hate boredom and they love a party. Jamaicans will put every and anything to side to have a good time. You know, when it comes to Jamaican people, one thing you can bet your bottom dollar on is that you will not be bored hanging around them. They will make entertainment out of anything, just not to be overwhelmed with boredom. So when it comes to Jamaican people, dance, party, dancehall, entertainment, events, whatever, as long as it says fun Jamaicans will be indulging. Number 7, Jamaicans. We have a boss accent everywhere you go in the world. People love our dialect and people love our accent. Jamaican patois is pretty much established everywhere in the world, even though half the world doesn't understand, or more than half the world doesn't understand what we're saying when we're speaking patois. This list is not in any particular order, but if I was supposed to put it in a particular order, I would have to put our accent up in the top 3 because our accent is loved worldwide. People love to hear it, man. Number 8, Jamaican people are some of the most superstitious people in this world, but I love it. Jamaican people have a meaning for some things that most of the people in the world do not have a meaning for. For example, if your right hand scratch you, you're gonna get some money. If your left hand scratch you, you're gonna give out some money. If your eyes jump in, you're gonna see someone you haven't seen for a long time. And if you expel saliva out of your mouth and it falls back on yourself, then someone is talking about you. And there are so much more superstitious belief that Jamaican people have, but we are some of the most superstitious people in the world. Number 9, Jamaicans love to take pictures. Way before there was social media, way before there was Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, Jamaicans are the first in line to get in front of a camera. And most Jamaican people, maybe not the young ones, but most of our parents have pictures beside flowers. Jamaican people love to take pictures beside flowers, but we are the most photographed people in the world. Maybe not anymore because of new technology and Instagram and all that, but the Jamaican culture was not driven to take pictures because of social media. Jamaicans love taking pictures from hundreds of years ago. Don't know where that come from, don't know who started it, but I'm guilty of it as well. You know, I love taking some pictures. Number 10, Jamaicans love a clean house. Some Jamaicans will clean their house every single day of the week, but at least 2 times of the week, Jamaicans will be cleaning their house. Jamaicans, we are the most house cleaning people on the planet. Number 11, Sunday dinner. Sunday dinner is a big thing to Jamaican people. I don't know why. I don't know if this is the same in any other culture, but when it comes to Sunday dinner, more than any other dinners throughout the week, Sunday dinner is a beast when it comes to Jamaica. Most times it's rice and peas and chicken. Most times it's fish, oxtail, stew peas, or stew beef if that's what you call it, but Sunday dinner is a big thing in Jamaica. It's one of those rituals that Jamaican people have not let go from over the years. Number 12, Jamaican people are the most boastful, aka bossy people on earth. When life is good for Jamaican, everybody has to know we are the most boastful and extravagant people in the world. I think we're the only people that actually wash our hands in champagne or pour champagne on the bottom of our shoes. And for the lovers, Jamaican people love intensely. So what I mean by that is Jamaican people, when they're in love with their partner, they don't half-step. They go all the way in. So whether it's that a Jamaican man loving you, he love you all the way. And if it's a Jamaican woman loving you, she love you all the way. We love intensely, people. When we celebrating our other partner, we put them up high. So that's one thing I applaud my Jamaican people about. When it comes to love and romance, we go deep, people. Number 14, nicknames. Almost every Jamaican people have a nickname or have had a nickname. Whether that was when they were a child and that name stayed with them, or they abandoned it sometime throughout their life. Most Jamaican people had a nickname growing up, and most Jamaican people still have a nickname today. You know, sometimes you know some Jamaicans for years and you don't really know their actual name because all your life of knowing them, you just know them by their nickname. And for my number 15, I say Jamaican people are into sports and athletics. every Jamaican person that I know, whether it's at a professional or a non-professional level, Jamaicans have been involved in either football, cricket, ludo, dominoes, track and field, checkers, playing cards, and guess what? Every Jamaican knows how to throw a stone. Believe it or not, I have a son, he's almost 18 years old, and I said, boy, you're definitely not Jamaican because you don't even know how to fling a stone. Every Jamaican know how to fling a stone, people. So yeah, that's my 15 remarkable traits of Jamaicans. Let me know what you think of my 15, and if you have some to add, feel free, add it in the comment. Let me see what else does Jamaican have that's outstanding about them, that is remarkable about them. But before I go, people, you know, I have to big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
First person I want to big up is one of my favorite subscribers by the name of Roots Rock. Next, I want to big up a channel by the name of Chosen Judahitis. Then I want to big up no other than one of my most shout out subscriber, Light. Light, big up yourself. And last but not least, for the second time, I want to big up Mega Shredder 101.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
And yeah, that's it for me today, people. You know, it's a Sunday, it's a chill day, so I just thought, let me do this pleasant vlog and put it to my playlist that I call Pleasant Things, you know, because every so often you have to put all the politics and all the intensity of dramas to the side and just chit chat. As you know, on my channel, I accept thumbs up, thumbs down, agreement, disagreement, because as I always say on this channel, each one teach one. Until next time, people, peace.